Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. I'm very, very happy to be amongst all of you again, once again. So, if you're able to hear me, and if you're able to see me properly and hear me properly, can you please give me a signal by raising your hand? Okay, thank you very much. Before the session begins, I will make one of the volunteers as the co-host. Okay. Hare Krishna. So let's begin this session with some kirtan. Okay. I just need to drop a message to someone. We'll start the kirtan. Jai. Okay. Before that, I'll share my screen. So that everybody can see. Are you able to see the presentation? Thank you. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namah Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyabhagi Bhashachari Shatari Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pachachari Shatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Ram Ram Hare Hare Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari यशोदनंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यामुना तीरवनचारि यशोदनंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यामुना तीरवनचारि जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदनंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यामुना तीरवनचारि यशोदनंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यामुना तीरवनचारि हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदनंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यामुना तीरवनचारि युग धर्म हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। Hare Krishna. This is the Bhagavad Gita, the divine song of God, and this is rituals, and we are trying to further explore the purpose behind them, part 2 of today's session. This is part 2 of the rituals session. Today we'll go into further depth. And this session is dedicated to His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, who is the founder Acharya of International Society of Krishna Consciousness, and to seek his blessings, to seek the blessings of my spiritual master and my grand spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada. I would like to chant some pranam mantras. Those who know it and those who would like to repeat with me, they can repeat with me. Those who don't know it, it's high time you should start knowing it. Any activity, when started with the Mangala Charan, or the invocation of the blessings of the higher authorities, or the higher spiritual authorities rather, work has to be started in that way only. So please learn this Mangala Charan. We had circulated a PDF file via which we were trying to explain everybody. This is very, very important. Very, very important. So please learn, everybody. Maybe from next class, we can give someone a chance to recite also. But today I will recite. Om Ajnanatimidandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtham Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guruho Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagra Jatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hripriye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya ev cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gauru Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin iti namine. Namaste Saraswata Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangam Langhayate Giram Yat Kripa Tamaham Vande Shri Gurum Dinataranam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Harihi Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna. So the agenda for today, the definition of bhakti and religion versus spirituality, we have already covered in the previous session. And in today's session, we will be covering the meaning of various rituals and the central object of bhakti. And we will also take a practical tip of the day. But before we begin today's session, can we have a quick discussion wherein devotees can let us know what they remember from the previous session? Can we have a quick revision? Whatever you remember, some essential points which we learned in the previous session. Can devotees let me know? You can type in the chat box, whatever you remember. One line, one point, quick revision. Hare Krishna. Krishnamurti Prabhu and Vinita Dambal Mataji is telling they learned what is dharma. Yes, we learned dharmam tu sakshat bhagavad pranitam, that which comes from Krishna is dharma, and the essential characteristic of any substance. Or we were giving the examples of salt and sugar. That is also a very good example to understand dharma. That which sustains a life is called dharma. One second, many people are typing. Bhakti is above all, Jai Prakash Pandey Prabhu is telling. And bhakti has to be done unmotivated and uninterrupted. This is a very important point. Thank you. We learned, Shashi Mataji is telling, we learned why bhakti is supreme and what is dharma. Okay, thank you. So why bhakti is supreme? Because the Lord tells that that is the supreme way, and that is the only way in which a devotee can approach him. Balance between knowledge and rituals. Srinivas Ramakrishnan Prabhu is telling that we should know why we are doing what we are doing. And after that, Dakshayani Mataji is telling Adhyatma or spirituality, something that is related to our Atma and also Paramatma. So basically, something we have to understand what is Atma and what is different from Atma. The earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, and false ego, these are all separate from Atma. So anything which is pertaining to this is not spirituality. Devka Malkani Mataji is telling here all the time. Maybe you can specify what we should hear all the time also. Okay, rituals done to serve Krishna becomes spiritual. Actually, over the week, I was thinking another definition of spiritual. A ritual is ritual when you add Srila Prabhupada, SP, and ISKCON, I. So Srila Prabhupada plus ISKCON plus ritual is spiritual. So I was getting this definition also in my mind. Maybe devotees can note it down. Deepa Suresh Mataji is telling what she is telling. She's telling, I'm an eternal part and parcel of Krishna. We learned about dharma as a spirit soul to serve Krishna. Okay, very important point. Bhakti is not ritual, Mohan Kumar. Thank you. Gargi Chakravarti Mataji is telling what she's telling. No, but before that, Naveen Prabhu is telling Bhakti Yoga is the highest yoga. Okay. Krishna consciousness is most important, and we must work towards spreading Krishna consciousness, serve Krishna and Krishna's devotees. Bhakti Yoga is the highest. Thank you. Knowing about Atma. Sulbha Parki Mataji is written knowing about Ata. Like Ata kya hota hai? Atma, I think she's misspelled it. So knowing about Atma or actions pertaining to spirit is spiritual. Gita Konathala Mataji is telling philosophy without religion is mental speculation, and religion without philosophy is mere sentiment. Very, very important point. Bhakti Yoga is the ultimate service. Whatever Krishna says, we have to do blindly. This is the sum and substance. Dharmam tu sakshat bhagavad pranit. Whatever Krishna says, just do it blindly. Okay, thank you very much. We have covered it. But I will also do a quick revision so that those who have not been able to contribute some points, they will be benefited. So we saw that everything belongs to Krishna. He is the ultimate beneficiary of all sacrifices and austerities, supreme lord of all planets and demigods, and the benefactor and well-wisher of all living entities. One who understands this attains peace from the pangs of material miseries. So everything belongs to God, and everything has to be used in the service of God, and that is bhakti. And bhakti is common sense, because if everything belongs to God, then everything has to be used in the service of God. So it is common sense. One who is sane, one who is not mad, will become a devotee of Krishna. One who is insane and one who is actually mad will not become a devotee of Krishna. A madman, when he stands in front of his father, he gives, like a haunted person, he will give slangs to his own father. He will shout at his own father. So these are the characteristics of a madman. And nobody cares for what a madman says, because madman has lost identity. He's in an identity crisis. In one of the lectures, Srila Prabhupada was telling that there was a case where a person had committed a crime, and the lawyer of that person pleaded that this person is mad, and under the charging of that madness, he committed the crime, so he should be forgiven. So a very nice person, a doctor, was invited. A psychologist, a very renowned psychologist, was invited to examine the person. And after examining the person, he said that this person cannot. The answer which he gave to the court is, "My dear sir, in my opinion, everybody in this world is mad, more or less." So Srila Prabhupada was quoting that psychologist got it right actually. Everybody in this world is mad, more or less. Why? Because human life is meant for coming out of the cycle of birth and death and attaining devotional service to the lotus feet of Krishna, which is not possible in any other form of life. And when we have got this life and when we are not doing this, that is madness. When we are engaging in material pursuits, when we are losing the vision of life, when we are thinking that to be entangled in society and family and health and wealth is all in all, and there is nothing beyond it, that is called madness. Nunam pramatte kurute vikarma. Prabhupada, many times he quotes this shloka, that a mad man, he can go to any extent. And the whole world is mad because they have forgotten the central purpose of life. So therefore, only those who will take to bhakti, only those who will take to Krishna consciousness can be said that they are not mad, because they are actually working over the real goal of life. If I have, let's say, a clip. Last class I was showing a clip. This class also I will show a clip. Let me get a clip from somewhere. If I have this clip. So this clip is meant for some purpose. If I don't use it for that purpose, but if I use for, you closing my nose or closing my ear or closing my mouth or for other purposes, then people will call me mad, because the purpose of this is something else. So this has to be used only for the purpose why it is meant for. So human life also has to be used for the purpose of Athata Brahma Jigyasa. It has to be dedicated for the purpose of advancing in God consciousness, advancing in Krishna consciousness. And when somebody is not doing that, that person is called mad, that person is called insane, and anybody who has common sense will do this. Therefore, bhakti is common sense. And then we saw a very nice definition of bhakti: Sarvopadhi vinirmuktam tatparatvena nirmalam rishikena rishikesha sevanam bhakti uchite. Bhakti or devotional service means engaging all our senses in the service of the Lord. When I'm saying that everything belongs to God, everything is to be used in service of the God, that means me also, my senses also, and everything which I have, everything should be engaged in the service of the Lord. And by rendering service, there are two side effects. One, the person is freed from all the material conceptions. It is written here. One is freed from all material designations, and one's senses are purified simply by being employed in the service of the Lord. So what is the reason to make our senses purified? Very simple. Krishna is supremely pure. To approach Krishna, one needs to be pure. Very, very simple. Krishna is supremely pure, and to approach Krishna, one also needs to be pure. Just like if you want to become the assistant of a king, you need to have some of the qualities which a king has. Otherwise, you'll not be able to assist the king only. Similarly, Krishna is the most, in the entire creation, in the entire spiritual world, material world combined together, the purest personality, Pavitram, is Krishna. So if we want to associate with him, we have to become pure. So how will we become pure? By starting to make our senses pure. And that is only possible when we engage those senses in the service of Krishna. Okay? Because Jivera Swarup hai Krishnera Nityadas. Then we saw religion versus spirituality, and we understood how the different definitions of dharma. Number one, that which sustains someone's existence, or that quality which is inseparable, is called dharma. Number two, everything and anything which comes from Krishna directly is dharma. Dharmam tu sakshat bhagavat pranitam. And number three, this bhakti should be unmotivated and uninterrupted. Then we saw that everything which is slightly different from normal is not spirituality. In the name of spirituality, so much crap is going on these days. People think that they are leading a spiritual life, but they are not. Understanding the rituals. So philosophy without religion is mental speculation, and religion without philosophy is sentiment. This is very important. I think we were discussing the example of the wives of Mathura Brahmins, when Krishna and Balram sent their friends to collect some prasad. They said, wait until the sacrifice is over. Although the sacrifice was being done for God only, but when God comes, they say, wait until I finished, I will not give you anything. This is called ritual. This is not called spiritual. Then I also gave the example of the inauguration of the Krishna Balram Mandir of ISKCON in Vrindavan. Ritual becomes spiritual when the Lord is in the center. Today's edition, Srila Prabhupada plus ISKCON plus ritual is spiritual. Okay. Loud kirtans, people think that by going to temple I'll get shanti. There are many visitors who come to our center, or in all of the centers, in all of the temples I've seen. They come, they don't offer obeisances to Prabhupada. They don't offer obeisances to Krishna. They just slightly glance at the altar. The altar is the central figure in the whole temple. Everything is revolving around the altar, but they don't look at the altar properly. Taking darshan means you go close to the First of all, sequences first to the Vaishnavas who are sitting in the temple, then to the Acharya, and then to the lordships. And when you go to the lordships, you have to stand with folded hands near the altar and start from the lotus feet. Don't directly go to the face. Start from the lotus feet. Examine small details. What is the color of the nails of Krishna today? What kind of anklet is he wearing? What is the border of his dhoti? What is the dhoti? Is he wearing in the same style as he was wearing yesterday? And what is the color of his dhoti? What about his waist belt? What is the color of the Vaijayanti mala which he is wearing today? How is his upper garment? Is he wearing something today or is he not wearing something today? If he is wearing, what are the final details of that? There are 5 kinds of flutes which Krishna is playing. Today the pujaris have given him what kind of flute? Then slowly we see his waist, we see his chest, we see his neck, and we observe tiny things. And then we finally go to his moon-like face and take his darshan. We focus on the eyebrows of Krishna. We focus on the lotus-like eyes of Krishna. We focus on the lips of Krishna. And then we look at his curly hair and the kind of mukut or the kind of kirit or helmet or whatever you can say, which he is wearing, crown. And then we go up like this, and then we again come down as a revision, so that after 2 hours somebody asks me, I will be able to tell. Similarly, we go to Srimati Radharani and we observe her very nicely. Then we go to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Gaur Nitai, we observe them very nicely. Please take, this is called as Rupa Dhyan. This is very important. If we don't fill our mind with the details related to what Krishna is doing and Krishna is wearing, Krishna is what, the details related to Krishna, they should occupy our mental space. If we will not put in these details in our mind, thinking that it is really silly, then we will put all the jargon and crap in our mind. It's very simple. Either you fill your mind with details related to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, or else you fill your mind with details related to Maya. Choice is yours. By the way, this process of taking darshan, starting from lotus feet, going up and then again coming down, this is the best fulfillment of the eyes. And once you start practicing it, you will start relishing it and you will become so much attached to this that every day you will be eager to take darshan. So people don't take darshan when they come into our centers or temples, and then they just sit in one place in some kind of yoga posture for 2 minutes, maximum 2 to 3 minutes they'll sit. And after that, they'll get up and run. Sometimes when kirtan is going on, people just come like this and they just see what's going on in the temple. They come, they take some aarti and then they run away. Because they don't understand what is the meaning of loud kirtan. And then we discuss how Krishna himself has told always to do kirtan, satatam kirtayanto maham yutantascha dridhavrata. Namasyantaschavam bhaktya nitya yukta upasate, always chanting my glories, endeavoring with great determination, bowing down before me, these great souls perpetually worship me with devotion. Obeisances or namaskar, it is very, very important. We develop humility over a period of time when we keep doing this. And this was the last point which we discussed in last week's session, which is man mana bhava madabhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mam evaishyasi sat yuktavaivam atmanam matparayanaha. Engage your mind in thinking of me, become my devotee, offer obeisances to me and worship me. Being completely absorbed in me, surely you will come to me. Bhagavad Gita 9.34. These things may appear a little simple also. Always think of me, become my devotee, offer obeisances to me, worship me. But they actually have a lot of impact on us. Slowly and steadily, when we will start doing this, we will realize that how these activities are so potent that they are capable of changing our consciousness, changing our chitta, removing the past samskaras which we are hankering to get rid of. These things are really powerful. Really, really powerful. Always try to think of Krishna. So how is it possible to always think of Krishna? Keep doing something for Krishna all the time. If not all the time, then make a time slot and do it. A very nice example in this regard can be given is that when a woman has a paramour or a lover apart from her husband, then that connection of the woman with the paramour is very, very strong. She can go to any extent to be with the paramour. So if she has a paramour, how she behaves? She will work very perfectly in the house so that the mother-in-law has no doubt that she is having some kind of a paramour, so that nobody has any question. So she will do her job very perfectly. Similarly, with her husband also, she will reciprocate very nicely and satisfy the husband very nicely, so that nobody has a doubt. But all the time, although she is with the husband, although she is with the mother-in-law, although she is with the relatives, she is thinking about that paramour only. Now, question comes is, why am I discussing about an unchaste woman here? The reason why I'm discussing here is that we have something to learn from this unchaste woman. Just like she is perfectly doing all the household work and taking care of husband and other things, but parallelly all the time thinking of Krishna, the paramour. Similarly, we have to be like that. Krishna is our real lover. And we have to constantly keep thinking about Krishna. But parallelly, we have to do our work. We have to satisfy the society. We have to satisfy the relatives. We have to satisfy the family. But we have to do that in a very obligatory way. Like, it's my obligation, so I'm doing it. But internally, I'm all the time thinking of Krishna. And that attachment should keep increasing day by day. Then only this manmana bhava madabhakto is possible. Otherwise, how is it possible that Arjuna in the battlefield, when he's fighting and shooting arrows and invoking weapons, even at that time he was thinking of Krishna? How is it possible? Can anybody imagine that in a war field somebody can be thinking about God? Here it is possible. Otherwise, why would have Krishna told Arjuna, Maam anusmara yudhyacha, just think of me and fight. So if while fighting it is possible to think of Krishna, then why not while living an ordinary life? Offer your obeisances to me, worship me, become my devotee. Basically become absorbed in me, and then you will come to me. Okay, so till now I have covered what we had done in the previous session. Now I will begin today's discussions. Today we will try to go further into a standard ISKCON altar. So when you see an ISKCON altar, you will see there are three levels basically two levels. One level is Radha Krishna, Gaur Nitai, and Krishna Balram, or some temples have Sita Ram, Lakshman, Hanuman, some temples have Balaji, whatever. So one level is belonging to these personalities. Second level belongs to another set of great personalities which are shown here in the picture. Now, let's discuss one by one. What is the point of having these great personalities? Why can't we just worship Radha and Krishna? So the answer is, this line shows the line of spiritual masters before Srila Prabhupada. This proves the authenticity of the parampara. So at the end of the introduction of Bhagavad Gita, all of you have a Bhagavad Gita with you. I'm hoping if you don't have a Bhagavad Gita as it is Yatharup with you till now, then my question to you is, what are you doing in this course? If you don't have a Japmala, if you don't have a Bhagavad Gita, what are you doing here? This is my question. And I am hoping that all of you have your Japmala and Bhagavad Gita. So if you turn to the introduction of the Bhagavad Gita, and if you go towards the end of the introduction, you will find a list of 32 names. Narada, Brahma, it starts with Brahma, Narada, Vyasa, like that. And then it comes down, and the 32nd name is A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, which is this personality. Now, I don't need to introduce A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. He's the founder Acharya of ISKCON. But what we don't know about is the previous Acharyas who have actually worked greatly, very strong, amazing work which they have done to establish the Krishna consciousness movement before Prabhupada. We have to be very grateful to these Acharyas, because it is due to these Acharyas that the perfect knowledge as it is, Yatha Roop, without any adulteration, it has reached us. We should be very grateful to Prabhupada, of course, but we should be equally grateful to these line of Acharyas. So his name is His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. AC means Abhay Charanarvind Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. His name is His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Goswami Maharaj. So he's a great spiritual master. People used to call him a Vaikuntha man, and probably the greatest scholar of his time on the entire planet. People used to call him Simha Guru or Lion Guru. If he would be walking somewhere, the Mayavadis, if they would see him, that Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati is coming here, they would just run away from there. That it is not possible to preach Mayavad in the presence of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He was that strong a preacher. He was such a great stalwart personality that he had established 64 mathas in India. They were called as the Gaudiya Math. They are called as the Gaudiya Math, 64 mathas. And they were performed, these mathas were there in 64 parts of India, of course. And it is said that when he would be traveling in a train, then the news would spread that Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur is traveling. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur is still a Prabhupada's spiritual master, by the way. And then at every station, some 400, 500 people will be waiting that Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj is coming. And then the train would stop at every station. So the journey which would have taken 8 hours, you would take 2-3 days, because the train would be stopping at each station and nobody would complain also. All the people of the train would get down and the 200-300 people of that station would be there. And Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur would get down and he would give a lecture of half an hour. The train master, the station master, everybody would assemble, and Hindus, Muslims, all would sit together and a little bit prasadam distribution would happen, and then it would continue. That was his stature. So His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Srila Prabhupada, every Acharya is called as Prabhupada. Prabhupada means one who has taken shelter, one who is so exalted that all the Prabhus have to take the shelter. Prabhu means masters. All the masters have to take shelter of whose feet. That person is called as Prabhupada. But names are different. Our Srila Prabhupada is called as Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada. His spiritual master is called as Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Srila Prabhupada, like that. So Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Srila Prabhupada, when he met A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, at that time he was Abhay Charan De when he met Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. So in the first meeting only, Bhaktivedanta Swami, Abhay Charan asked him, or Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur rather asked him that, you seem to be a young educated man. Why don't you preach the message of Krishna consciousness in English? And then they had a conversation where Abhay Charan, at that time he was a freedom fighter. He was very much influenced by the principles of Gandhi. But he said that to Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati that our country is it is not a sovereign country. So right now the priority it is to bring freedom rather than preaching the Bhagavad Gita. But then Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur defeated Abhay Charan De or A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada in an argument or in a debate where he proved that Krishna consciousness is an emergency. Kings and governments and sovereignty and times may come and go, but Krishna consciousness cannot wait for anyone. So Srila Prabhupada was very happy to accept defeat from Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And then after a few years, he took initiation from him, but he was a businessman at that time, Prabhupada. So he could not, he did whatever service he could as a Grihastha. But before Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur was passing away, or just before he passed away, he wrote a letter. Prabhupada wrote a letter to Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati that due to me being a Grihastha and due to me being a businessman, I could not support as much as possible, or as much as, at least as much as I desired, to your movement. Can you tell me, is there any specific service which you would like me to do? So at that time, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Prabhupada told Prabhupada, our Prabhupada. When I say our Prabhupada, I mean Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada. So don't get confused. So he told our Prabhupada that, why don't you go to the West and preach the science of Krishna consciousness in English? Same thing which he had asked our Prabhupada 30 years ago when he was a young man. And immediately after 1 month, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur passed away. So this Prabhupada made this, our Prabhupada made this the summum bonum of his life, the guiding statement or guiding instruction of Guru. And then the rest is history. It is said that Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur had once predicted, he was giving a class and then he just turned behind and many of his disciples, illustrious disciples, were standing. And in one corner, Abhay Charan Babu, our Prabhupada, was also standing, or Abhay Charanarvind Prabhu was standing. So Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur looked at his disciples and then he silently looked at Srila Prabhupada, our Prabhupada, and then he became very silent. Tears rolled out of his eyes. And then he said in the mic that very soon one of my disciples would go across the seas and spread the message of Krishna consciousness in all the towns and village. So Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur was a very, very eternal personality. He was a ray of Vishnu. So Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati basically is the son of this personality who is sitting in a cross-legged position. His name is Bhakti Vinod Thakur. He is also a very great personality. But before that, let me come to the spiritual master of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. His name is Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj. So again, if I go on describing about these Vaishnava Acharyas, an entire class will go, but briefly I will say that Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj was the most humble man which the world would have seen ever, I can say. He was not properly educated, but whatever he would say from his mouth would be in complete synchronization of what the Vedic literatures and Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam had to say. Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj would simply keep chanting throughout the day. Day and night he would keep chanting and chanting. There's so much to say, but I'm just thinking what to cover and what not to cover. Anyways, I will leave it up to here till now. Gaur Kishore Das Babaji, you can just understand the greatness of Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, that he was an illiterate man, but the greatest scholar of the world, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he was probably the greatest scholar of his times. Those who really understand who is a scholar. Just like crows are always attracted to dirty areas and swans are always attracted to clear waters. They will never flock together. So those who really understand who is a swan and who is a Hamsa or a Paramahamsa. So greatest amongst all the Paramahamsas, possibly the greatest Vedic scholar of the recent times, took initiation from an illiterate man whose name is Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj. So you may just understand that Krishna consciousness has got nothing to do with scholarship. Now a person like Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur is taking initiation from a person, so you must at least be fully sure, rest assured that Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj is spiritually more elevated than Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And given the fact that he was an illiterate, you can just imagine the caliber which he had in himself. Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj. So humble. He would like chanting so much, but people would disturb him all the time. All these grihasthas would often approach Babaji Maharaj that you please come to our house, bless our son, bless our daughter. Daughter is getting married, daughter has got a new son, son has got a new cow or a bull or a new purchase or a new land, new car. So he was frustrated with all that. So he started saying that I will come to your house only when you will allow me to sit in your toilet and chant. That was the level of attachment which he had. So that is Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj. I will request all of you to go and read further about his transcendental personality. The father of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur is probably, I feel, one of the greatest acharyas in the line of Vaishnav sannyasis, or in the line of Vaishnav acharyas rather. Amongst all the 4-5 people whom you are seeing, Bhakti Vinod Thakur was an acharya even when he was in the Grihasthashram. Our Srila Prabhupada became an acharya when he took sannyas, but Bhakti Vinod Thakur became an acharya even while he was at home. Bhakti Vinod Thakur was the magistrate of Orissa, or a province of Odisha, especially the Jagannath Puri temple. And he was highly scholarly. And this was a time when Bhakti Vinod Thakur was there. That was the time he was the magistrate. And once he said that the distance from Krishnanagar to the place of work which he had to go to was too much. So he thought of resigning. But the British government was so much pleased and they were so much dependent on the high quality service as a magistrate which he was rendering. Other magistrates would take months together to resolve cases, but he would just come in one day, he would resolve 7-8 cases. And that was his speed. And with great accuracy, with such a presence of mind and transcendental intelligence, nobody could cheat him. He was like God in the place of work. So the British government established a special railway track for him so that that train was just meant for Bhakti Vinod Thakur. His Karmi name or legal name was Kedarnath Bhattacharya. So just a railway track simply for him so that he can peacefully within half an hour come from Krishnanagar to his place of work so that he does not quit his job. So that was his level of achievements in the material realm. However, in the spiritual realm, his achievements are unparalleled. There was a point of time where in Gaudiya Vaishnavism, people had forgotten all philosophy. The original teachings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu were lost. It was difficult to find even a single copy of Chaitanya Charitamrita. And Sahajiyas, people who don't have any philosophical principles, but they are simply imitating, like they would sing in some places, and after singing, they would secretly go and smoke and eat pan and bidi and fish and associate with women and all these kinds of abominable things they were doing. The men would wear the dresses of the gopis and start acting like gopis. So the teachings of Lord Chaitanya was lost at one particular point of time. And so many upper sampradayas had come up in the name of Gaudiya Vaishnavism, in the name of teaching, in the name of followers of Lord Chaitanya. So at one point of time, this Gaudiya Vaishnav, Gaud means Gauranga, coming from Gauranga Mahaprabhu, Gauradesh, Gaudiya Vaishnav. So the followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at one time, they had become so degraded, having forgotten the original teachings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, rather being completely sentimental on a sentimental platform, that the society, if it had to give a gali to someone, if it had to give a slang to someone, then they would say, "Get lost, you Gaudiya Vaishnav," like that. Stop acting like God. Gaudiya Vaishnav had become a slang. So at that point of time, Bhaktivinoda Thakur uplifted and established the authenticity of Gaudiya Vaishnavism by writing literatures. The literatures and the bhajans which he has written, they propound the original teachings of Lord Chaitanya, and they have actually, in the scholarly society, in the academic society, which was disregarding Gaudiya Vaishnavas, but through his writings, he used to write a monthly magazine, or I don't know, maybe bi-monthly or a quarterly magazine, which was called as Sajjana Toshani. It is still archived. If you read the articles which he has written, it is out of the world. Nobody can write like that. Nobody can write like that. Even when you read it, you will be sure that a person of this world is not writing it. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur established the authenticity of Gaudiya Vaishnavism. So all the philosophy which we are getting from our Prabhupada through his books, through his purports, is actually basically coming from Bhaktivinoda Thakur and Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati and Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj and others. And then the spiritual master of Bhaktivinoda Thakur was Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, another great personality. He was the one who showed, when it always happens that when the Lord disappears, his pastime places are covered. Just like when Lord Krishna disappeared or ended his pastimes, the whole of Dwarka was flooded and destroyed by the sweet will of the Lord. And only in future, some empowered devotee of Krishna will again excavate it or bring it back, or again, he reserves that right for one of his devotees to again reclaim the territory of the Lord. So the place of birth of Lord Chaitanya is Navadvip, Mayapur. It had become completely lost and forgotten after the disappearance of Lord Chaitanya. That was again by the sweet will of the Lord. And the Mayapur had started being called as Miyapur. And there was nothing there except rice fields and Muslims and nothing there basically. Navadvip, which would be a center of learning, and people from all over the world would come just to learn from Nimai Pandit or Lord Chaitanya. The whole of Navadvip was like the center of learning of the whole world. Now it had become Miyapur. So it was a great confusion that which was the place of birth of Lord Chaitanya also. That also nobody knew. So at that point of time, Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, great pastimes. He also has, he was earlier living in Vrindavan, and then he shifted to nearby a place of Mayapur, not exactly Mayapur. And then so many pastimes Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj. So it is said that Bhaktivinoda Thakur approached Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj to confirm that which is the birthplace of Lord Chaitanya. And Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj was 123 years old, and his servant Bihari was carrying him in a tokri, in a basket on his head. And when he was taking him through the forest, along with Bhaktivinoda Thakur, to find out where is the birthplace of Lord Chaitanya, then all of a sudden many tigers, elephants, bears, snakes, deers, all the forest animals, they came and stood. Nobody can see so many animals together. So at that time, Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, he told that don't worry, these are the same animals whom Lord Chaitanya had made to dance. I don't know if I have told you that pastime where Lord Chaitanya was once passing through the forest of Jharikhand, or presently known as Jharkhand, and he was just chanting Hare Krishna along with Balbhadra Bhattacharya, his servant, who was carrying his kamandal and clothes. And then all of a sudden, he saw some mad elephants in front of him. And then he took some water and he sprinkled on the mad elephants and asked them to chant Hare Krishna. And then everybody started to chant Hare Krishna. Then some tigers came. Lord Chaitanya slapped the tiger and he said, chant Hare Krishna. The tigers were chanting Hare Krishna. Then deers started chanting Hare Krishna. Tigers were embracing the deers, and the deers were kissing the wolves, and the wolves were embracing the swans, and snakes had come, and even Narad Muni had come. That place is still there. When somebody is in ecstatic Krishna consciousness, there are some visible physical symptoms. So one of the symptoms is that just like Lord Chaitanya once, he was very, very eager to take darshan of the Lord, but the Jagannath altar was closed for a few days. So one day he became so eager that he just ran from Jagannath Puri to a nearby place called Alarnath. You can just imagine the Supreme Personality of Godhead, hands as tall, reaching his knees, lotus eyes, and shaved head, and he's just running in the form of a sannyasi. And nobody knows why is he running. All his entourage is running him, but he's running. He ran for kilometers together. Nobody could catch up with him. And then he finally went to Alarnath, where there is the beautiful four-handed form of Vishnu deity. And when he saw that deity, he was so eager to see Krishna. So when he saw the deity of Vishnu, he just paid his obeisances, fell flat like a rod in front of Lord Vishnu in Alarnath. And the place where he fell flat, out of ecstasy, when he was offering his obeisances and chanting the pranam mantras, and tears were wetting the entire floor, the place where he lied down, the stones melted in those places. There is a full 7 feet structure in that stone, which shows that here Lord Chaitanya had offered his obeisances. The forehead and the stomach and the legs and all impressions are there. It's just like when Lord Krishna would be there on Govardhan, and when he would see the pastimes of his friends, when he would see Srimati Radharani, when he would see the cows, when he would see Vrindavan, so he also would become very ecstatic. And in that ecstasy, the place where he would be standing would melt. So therefore, still in Govardhan, you will find in various places the footprints of Krishna, the place where Krishna sat and ate, the place where he lied down, and all those things. So even in the Jharkhand forest, there is a place where there are footprints, some 1,000 deers, 1,000 tigers, some lions, some wolves, some elephants, some snakes. It is inconceivable that how all these animals can come at one place at the same time. And those stones, they have melted. They show clearly. Maybe I can forward that video in the group sometime. One of our friends had gone and taken a video of that. So Lord Chaitanya could do this. He could make the animals dance and chant Hare Krishna. But we are not Lord Chaitanya. We are not God. We cannot make the animals chant and dance. However, we can make the human beings who are living like animals, we can make them chant and dance. So that is the mission of Lord Chaitanya, in which we have to participate. So Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, when he was going, he could recognize that these are the animals. And those animals whom Lord Chaitanya had made sing and dance, they had come to see Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj because he was a pure devotee of Lord Chaitanya. And he confirmed, when he reached a particular place, there were so many tulsi plants growing there. And he confirmed that this is the place where Nimai was born, under this neem tree. And then, a structure was erected and Bhaktivinoda Thakur took over and all those. He was the magistrate, so he could bring in some changes and things like that. So these are the great personalities. There is no limit to which I can glorify them. But in short, I have just told, everybody should know the names of these personalities. Again, I will repeat something for your notebook. His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. After that, moving towards the right, His Divine Grace, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Srila Prabhupada, Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj. These are the 5 personalities. Generally, towards the further right, we keep the photo of 6 renunciants who are called as the 6 Goswamis. Their names are Roop, Sanatan, Bhatt, Raghunath, Jeev, Gopal Bhatt, Das Raghunath. So Roop Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, Raghunath Bhatt Goswami, Jeev Goswami, Gopal Bhatt Goswami, and Raghunath Das Goswami. These are the names. These 6 are the direct students of Lord Chaitanya. So that is the lower layer, which contains the Acharyas and the 6 Goswamis. Okay. Next, again, I have already explained that this is the parampara, so it is very important. Evam parampara praptam imam rajarshayo viduhu sakale neha mahata yogo nashtaha param tapa. This supreme science was thus received through the chain of disciplic succession, and the saintly kings understood it in that way. But in course of time, the succession was broken, and therefore the science as it is appears to be lost. This is Bhagavad Gita 4.2. So that is the reason why we stress so much on the parampara. Because through this unbroken, undeviated, unadulterated chain of Guru, Shishya Parampara, that knowledge is still accessible to us. If these Acharyas and the six Goswamis wouldn't have been there, it would have been all lost. Today, I will not discuss about the six Goswamis because their contribution is unimaginable. They are the direct students of Lord Chaitanya. ISKCON is called as Rupa Nugas. We are the followers of Rupa Goswami. All the books which Prabhupada has written, all the purports which Srila Prabhupada has given is in line with the teachings of Rupa Goswami. So, it is because of the literatures which these Goswamis wrote that Krishna consciousness and the worship of Radha and Krishna, the Vraja Bhav, the Gaudiya Vaishnavism is still prevalent. Otherwise, I often chant this mantra, Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadam Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. So I always pray that one who could understand the mind of Lord Chaitanya, that personality is Rupa Goswami. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale. And after understanding the mind of Lord Chaitanya, he established his mission through his writings. Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Tadati Swapadanti. When will that Rupa Goswami, merciful Rupa Goswami, grant me the shelter of his lotus feet? So that is why we are the followers of Rupa Goswami, and the parampara is very important. Now moving a little, there are three layers. So one layer is complete Acharyas and six Goswamis. The second layer is the Panchatatvas and Lakshmi Narasimhadev. The order is also same. On the left hand side, you always keep Panchatattva, and on the right hand side, you will keep Narasimhadev. So everybody knows this is Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, this personality with yellow dhoti. In the center, tallest person on the right in blue dhoti is Nityanand Prabhu or Balram. Person on the rightmost is Advaita Acharya, combination of Mahavishnu and Sadashiv. Person on the immediate left of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Gadadhar Pandit, or the incarnation of Srimati Radharani. And the person on the leftmost is Srivas Thakur, or the incarnation of Narad Muni. So Sri Chaitanya, we always chant this mantra. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivas Adi Gaura Bhaktivrinda. Gaura Bhaktivrinda means all other devotees of Lord Chaitanya. So this deity where all the five are shown, sometimes I will later explain that these five are different incarnations or different expansions of the expansions of Krishna itself. That's a different or little bit more advanced subject matter. One is the incarnation of a devotee, one is the incarnation of a pure devotion, one is the incarnation of God, and like that. So, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivas Adi Gaura Bhaktivinoda. So this always has to be on the left hand side in the second layer, and on the right hand side you need to have Lakshmi Narasimhadev. Some temples have only Narasimhadev, but our temple has Lakshmi Narasimhadev. So this is our temple's deity, Narasimhadev and Mother Lakshmi. And then you see on the top, there is Anant Shesh also, with so many hoods. On each hood, you can see a tilak. So this is the standard ISKCON setup. First, Acharyas and six Goswamis, first layer. Second layer, first Panchatattva, then Lakshmi Narasimhadev. And then finally, we have the deities with respect to that temple. So the names of the deities of every ISKCON temple is different based on the mood which they follow. So these are the deities of the ISKCON Narsimha Girdhari Mandir, Bangalore, of which ISKCON Whitefield is a preaching, or of which ISKCON Whitefield is an extension center or a branch. So this personality standing in the center, all of you know, his name is Girdhari. And the name of Srimati Radharani in relation to Girdhari is Gandharvika. And we also, our temple also worships, this is Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We worship Mahaprabhu along with Radha and Krishna just to establish this fact that Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Nahi Anya. So Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is non-different from Radha and Krishna combined together. So that is the mood of our worship. Some temples will keep only Radha Krishna. Some people in Vrindavan, in the central altar, you have Krishna Balram. Mostly 95% temples keep only Radha Krishna. But we believe in worshipping Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu before worshipping Radha and Krishna, because we feel our temple, the mood of our center and our temple is that we are unqualified to worship Radha and Krishna. But only by the mercy of Lord Nityananda, we will get the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. And only by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya can we think of approaching Radha and Krishna. Because Lord Chaitanya is Patit Pavan. Krishna is called Karuna Sindhu, not Patit Pavan. Patit Pavan is Mahaprabhu. So this is our Gandharvika, Girdhari and Mahaprabhu. Why the name Gandharvika? Because when Girdhari was lifting the Govardhan, at that time Srimati Radharani had danced so nicely that the entire universe, entire creation was enchanted, and therefore she was awarded the name Gandharvika. So Gandharvika, Girdhari and Mahaprabhu. And there is always the Utsav Murtis, the smaller deities. Okay. So whenever there is any festival, the Moola Vigraha don't go out, because this is like very heavy and very big in size and difficult to manage, highly dressed. But the Utsav Murtis, they are little smaller in size. They go out and they accept offerings and accept Abhishekam. And generally in our temple, once in a month or twice in a month, they will come out. And then all the various departments of temple will be standing in line, and they will submit their report that this month we could do this, next month we plan to do this, and things like that. So it's a very nice occasion. All those who are in Bangalore, last year, I think last year only, because Corona was not there. So not last year, last year, the Gita course batch, we had taken around 60, 70 people to the temple. And then the temple president was there, and they took nice darshan. They spent some time in the Goshala, they heard a lecture, they had prasad. And that day, a very beautiful festival called as Brahmotsav was going on. So Brahmotsav is the day when these deities have actually come to the temple, the birthday of the deities. So very nice dress was offered, and the deities on that day, Radha Krishna, they sit basically in a boat, and everybody is singing, and nicely decoration, lights and music, kirtan, and they are sitting in the boat, and various pastimes are happening. Just like when Jagannath comes out, so many pastimes. So all those pastimes written by the Goswamis, the pujaris are enacting. So it was, I think the Gita Goswami students had very, very nice moments to remember. So this is the deities. So this will vary from every ISKCON temple to ISKCON temple. Somewhere it is called as Radha Parth Sarthi, somewhere it's called Radha Ras Bihari, somewhere it's called as Gandharvika Girdhari Mahaprabhu, somewhere it is called as Radha Sham Sundar. So different names are there. But the center on ISKCON Whitefield's mother temple is Gandharvika Girdhari and Mahaprabhu. These are the worshipable deities of my life. I'm very much attracted to them. I can't think of anybody else except apart from them. So this is the mode of our worship. So everything is bona fide. And I invite all those who are in Bangalore, I invite them to visit the temple. It is called as ISKCON Narsimha Girdhari Mandir. Why Narsimha Girdhari? Because on ground floor there is Lakshmi Narsimdev. On first floor there is Gandharvika Girdhari and Mahaprabhu. And of course, Prabhupada is there. So you're welcome to visit. If the devotees feel that we can again make a group and go, I'm open for it, but devotees should be comfortable about it. Okay, so I've explained too much in detail as of now. Let me move further, because otherwise I'll not be able to finish my class. Now we will understand what is the meaning of Aarti. So if you remember the Bhagavad Gita chapter 7, sloka number 4, It says Bhumirapo analo vayu khammano buddhirevachah ahankara itiyam me bhinna prakritirashtibha. Earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, and false ego, all together, these 8 constitute my separated material energies. And we had just been discussing Bhoktaram, Yagyatapasam, Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. Everything belongs to Krishna, everything has to be used in the service of Krishna. So, Arati is the process by which we use earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, and everything in the service of the Lord. That is the meaning of the Arti. For example, when you blow the conch and you do the kirtan, you are using the sound aspect. When you offer the Panch Pradeep, you are using fire, earth, water, fire, air, ether. Sound exists in ether. So in that way, you are offering ether, and it's the constituent of ether, that is sound. And then you offer fire. It's very, very scientific. It is not just a ritual. It is very, very spiritual. With the water conch, so many people don't know how to offer arti, but this is the process. First, you blow the conch. Then you offer dhoop, esha dhoopaha. And then there is this way in which you offer the dhoop. And then you take the pancha pradeep. And then again, there is a way to do that. Esha deepaha. And after that, we offer water, arghyam, idam arghyam. So with the conch, we offer the water. Again, we give the deity a bath. We mentally we do that, manasi level, because we cannot go and pour water on the deities. And then after the water, we offer some cloth also, so that they can dry up themselves. So that is called vastram. And then we offer flower and incense. So flowers, do you know that incense, all kinds of smell, they come from earth? Whatever wonderful smell you are thinking of, it is buried in the earth. Everything is there in the earth. So offering of flowers and incense means you are offering the earth in the service of the Lord. And then you offer the chamar seva, or the peacock feather fanning. So that is offering the air, earth, water, fire, air, ether. So air is being offered into the service of the Lord. Then you always offer obeisances before the arti, after the arti. Before entering the altar, you have to lie down. Men have to lie down, women have to do only panchan pranam. And you have to offer the pranam mantras of all the deities which are there in the altar. I'm just telling you the pujari standards. These need not be followed at home. This cannot be followed at home also. So a pujari, if the arti is at 4:30, he has to be ready by at least 3 a.m. That is the standard in ISKCON temple. And then before the arti, there is a bhoga which has to be offered. And there is a strict set of rules. Every ISKCON temple has a standard that they have to offer 8 times bhoga to the deities. And the bhogas are also well defined. You cannot reduce the standard. If you cannot maintain the standard, do not have Radha Krishna deities, don't have any temple, just have some photos and worship. This is the recommendation of the deity ministry of ISKCON. So very strict, very, very strict. In temple, you cannot purchase a milk packet from outside and make and something give to Krishna. No, you have to have your own cows. So it's very strict, and the highest level of cleanliness is maintained. As I said earlier, some people say, I'm a Dalit and you don't allow me to come to temple. That's not the case. You may be a Dalit or a Kshatriya or a Brahmana. Just like when the Prime Minister passes by from somewhere, not everybody is allowed to shake hands with the Prime Minister or talk to the Prime Minister. Only the people who are trained to do that, and the people for whom it is really necessary, they do that. So similarly, in temple, or the original Prime Minister of the whole creation is Krishna. You get the training, whether you are a Dalit or a Kshatriya or a Vaishya or a Brahmana or a Shudra, whoever you are, you get the training, you follow the proper standards of cleanliness. You, by the process of chanting the Mahamantra and the other mantras related to deity worship, you first come on a transcendental platform, highest level of cleanliness of mind and body, and then you can go and hug the deity also, no problem. But don't say that you're a Dalit, you just had some chicken and came, but nobody's allowing you to enter. Why we should allow you to enter the temple? Sometimes many women will ask me, okay, when I'm having some cycles, should I enter the temple? Highest level of cleanliness has to be maintained. Our pujari, when he has to pass water, when he has to urinate a little bit, he has to remove all his clothes, get into a gamcha, go pass urine, and then again have bath, and then again come back, and then again wear those old clothes, the pujari clothes, put tilak, do the achman, do the brahmanical purification, and then it is a process. Like he will think that should I urinate or not. That is the level of standard we are offering. And then here are some Dalits and some women complaining that this is not good, that is not good. Forcibly trying to enter in. There was very recently a temple where some people were trying to enter, some women were trying to enter, that this is our right, let me enter. People don't understand the concept. The concept is cleanliness. Cleanliness is next to godliness. The higher the cleanliness, the higher the mood of devotion, everything will be good. If in the name of so-called modern education, if you try to compromise the principles of Sanatana Dharma, it will fall flat on your face, and then you will only lose the track of life. Nothing else. No. Krishna doesn't need our worship. Please always remember. Krishna has agreed to manifest himself in the form of a vigraha or a deity, and he has become ready to accept, because we are so mundane, we cannot see anything spiritual. So he has agreed to come in the form of a wood like Jagannath. He has agreed to come in the form of a marble statue like Gandharvika and Girdhari, so that we can see him and we can offer worship and offer some seva. So if we decide that, oh, we have become too modern and everybody should come and we should take selfies in front of God, and we should offer flying kisses, and why to play only kirtan, we can play some other songs also. Let's sing some national anthem also in front of God, and let's sing some cricket songs also, and all those things. And let's wear stupid clothes and come to the temple. And let's come to the temple when we are unclean, when we are not supposed to go to the temple. This is all stupidity. It will not save you. It will further degrade you in life. So please stop these artificial things. So when we offer obeisances, that curtails our ego. And when we are doing the deity worship, that is the most difficult part. Mind has to be fully controlled while doing that. You can't be thinking of some devotee who quarreled with you yesterday, or you can't be thinking of why your spouse said you like this. You can't be thinking of something obnoxious. You can't be thinking of your favorite cricket team while doing deity worship. No. That means you are not a pujari. Stop acting, put the paraphernalia down, just do kirtan. You are not qualified to be a pujari. First, get the training. Pujari means mind should be fixed. Nothing else except the deities. So that is called meditation. So earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind. So mind is also being used in the arti. And finally is the procedure. So procedure means there is a way in which you offer the artis. There is a way in which you purify the things. There are some mudras. You offer those mudras and then you purify the things. You do the achman. And first first dhoop, then deep, then arghya, then vastra. So there is this procedure that is the usage of our intelligence. So earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, and ego. Everything is used in the service of the Lord, and this process is called as arti. So here, arti is considered as a ritual, but this is the real spiritual meaning of arti. It means whatever I have, O Krishna, with me, I'm offering to you. Whether it is my mind, whether it is my intelligence, whether it is my ego, or whether it is the Panch Mahabhutas, earth, water, fire, air, ether, which are around me and which are accessible to me. Everything which is accessible to me and everything which is within me, I'm offering to you. This is the mood of Arti. This should be the mood of Arti. And that is why every morning at 4:30 when we get up, and when we don't get up at 4:30, we try to get up earlier so that we can make it by 4:30. This is the kind of mood which we carry. But that is what the training which has been given to me and all the temple residents, that this is the mood which we should have when we go for Aarti. And we focus on the deities. Morning 4:30, we start dancing. People say that devotees are sacrificing too much. Where in the entire cosmic manifestation can you find a species of life which starts dancing early 4:30 in the morning, 4:30 a.m. in the morning? Those who are not practicing Krishna consciousness, you ask them that how many times you have danced in your life with happiness. Somebody will say, when my child was born, I danced. Somebody will say, when I got my first salary, I jumped while dancing. But the answer to them, which we give, is that we dance every day at 4:30 a.m. And that is a transcendental dance, not like a discotheque dance. So one cannot imagine when they start following the process of Krishna consciousness. There are many grihasthas, who also perform Aarti at their homes. I know many grihasthas who do it at 4:30. Some grihasthas, they do it at 5 a.m. Some they do it at 5:30 a.m. But they do. They start their day with Aarti. My personal recommendation is that we are not qualified to have Vigraha or deities. Don't have Vigraha or deities. But the photos which I have shown you in the presentation, I have the HD soft copies of that. It will be good if all of us can if we can just reduce the crowd which is there in our altar, if we can just respectfully, reduce it, and if we can actually bring Bhagwan in the altar and set up, the Guru Parampara, Panchatattva, Narsimhadev, and Radha Krishna, and if we can worship them properly, then it will be great advantage, which we have done not only to ourselves, but to our children who will see us and learn from us, and our ancestors, wherever they are, they will start dancing. That at least somebody in my family became sane from being insane. Okay, so this is the significance of Aarti. Okay, and there are so many other topics which I can talk about, like Pran Pratishtha and worshipping the deity. There are some atheists who say that, why should I worship the deity? Murti puja. How can stone be a deity? There are some, atheistic poets who have said that if just by worshipping a stone, if I can get Hari, then let me worship a mountain. Pathar puje Hari mile to main puju pahad. And we are so nicely learning those poems written by these poets, but they are all idiots because they don't know the significance of a Vigraha. A Vigraha is as I said, we are mundane people. We do not have proper spiritual vision, so we cannot see Krishna. So Krishna has agreed for our benefit to come in the form of a stone or a wood or a mud or a painting. It is Krishna's mercy. Now when proper Pran Pratishtha is done, like in a temple, then it is very bona fide. It is made using Shilpa Shastra. There is something called a Shilpa Shastra. Shilpa Shastra has references to various Puranas and proper scientific way of constructing a deity. If you get it done from a proper Shilpa Shastri, and if you properly do the Pran Pratishtha, then worshipping that deity is non-different from worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It is bona fide, it is authorized. Only a fool will think that this is stone. And that fool is doomed for the rest of eternity. Now, fools are everywhere. They will say, oh, temple has brought some stone, they are worshipping. I will also put some stone under a tree and start worshipping. No. Just like there are some authorized post boxes and there are some fake post boxes. If you post a letter in a red color, I don't know if they are there these days. When I was a child, there used to be red color small boxes, every 1 kilometer. So we would go and put our inland letter and whatever in that post box, and then the postman would come once in 2-3 days, open it, take all the letters and go away and post it. So if I will put my letter in an authorized post box, then it will reach the destination. But if I put my letter in an unauthorized post box, then for millions of years that letter is going to stay there. Similarly, a deity which has been established by following the Vedic injunctions in the presence of Vaishnavas, by following due pran pratishtha, if you offer any prayer, any worship, it is like offering it. It is not like, it is exactly offering it to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, who is situated in Golok Vrindavan. However, if you own by your own concocted fancies, if you just pick up a stone from somewhere, or do something, and you're not following the standards, you are not exactly a devotee, but for the purpose of making money, like on many signals I see, all of a sudden a small temple will come up, and then people will stop their bikes and cars, and they will go and take darshan, and the pujari is in his own world, so-called pujari, chewing pan and working on mobile. Somebody comes, he just does something, and then people give money and all that. This is not pran pratishtha, and this is not, this kind of worship will not lead you anywhere. Just imagine putting a letter in a non-authorized post box. It will remain there for millions of years. So, those who consider the deities to be stones, Pathar Puje Hari Mile To Main Puju Pahad. Now, those who are followers of such kind of atheistic poets, they will also go to hell. And these kind of ideas that Murti Puja mein mujhe vishwas nahi hai, I don't worship stones and this, and then less intelligent people there are some people of other contemporary religions who have not understood the essence of their own religion. They criticize the degraded form of Sanatan Dharma is Hinduism. So they criticize the Hindus that they are worshipping deities. This is not good. They have not understood their own religion, first of all. And secondly, when they criticize the so-called modern Hindus, they become atheists. That Bhagwan to sab jagah hai, mujhe mandir kyun jana hai? These kind of arguments they'll start giving, and they'll go to hell. That's all. So please save yourself from such madness. Please save yourself from such madness. This is not a ritual. Understand the concept behind it and become spiritual. External affects internals. When you wear a dhoti, kurta and tilak, it affects your consciousness. You feel, when you wear a devotional attire, please remember, once someone goes back home, back to Godhead, we have never seen Krishna in a jeans or something. Krishna is all attractive, and he has attracted people since time eternity and will attract people for the rest of eternity in his dhoti only. The whole of spiritual world is wearing dhoti only. And even for Matajis, nobody is wearing all these skirts and this and that and XYZ. Everybody wears sari. And the women of Vaikuntha are 50,000 times more beautiful than even the women of Swarglok. And what to speak of Vaikuntha? Even in Swarglok, women dress in saris. There is no question of wearing less clothes or small clothes. People who are cultured, people who are of belonging to the Sanatan Dharma, you go to Indra's, Indra is known to be one of the sensuous people of this universe. Even the Apsaras who are dancing in front of him, they are also not dancing without clothes or wearing less clothes. You go to Swarglok, I can give it to you in writing, everybody is fully covered. Please, I'm not asking you people to start a rebellion, but this idea should spread. Very recently, I was reading an article where the American Court of Law had said that we don't want nakedness and things like that. And one person had counter argued, saying that it is our freedom of expression to be naked in front of everybody, and these kind of things were going on. They don't know that in next life they are going to become trees and stand naked for 5,000 years in heat, cold, rain. They don't know these laws of nature. So please wear devotional attire. Don't come to the temple in a Bermuda, in a half pant. Don't come to temple in unreasonable dressings. Even when I'm not staying in temple, even when I'm traveling, even in the train, even in my parents' home, I always wear dhoti and kurta because it affects my consciousness. It always reminds me how to sit, how to get up, how to talk, how to behave. It makes me feel that I'm a devotee. And slowly and steadily, it becomes a part of me. Dhoti is really good, trust me. One advantage of wearing a dhoti is that I'm wearing my dhoti now. Even if I become fat, then I'll wear my dhoti here instead of wearing it here. So it is very adjustable. Dhoti, kurta, and tilak, bowing down in front of the Lord. Yes, addressing each other as Prabhuji and Mataji. There is no concept of Behenji or Madamji here. Every other woman except your wife, even if that person, or if that person is a 5-year-old child, still you have to tell her Mataji only. And for women, Prabhuji. Everybody is Prabhuji. Prabhuji means like, I'm ready to serve you. I'm at your service. You are my master. That is the mood. And except my wife, everybody else is Mataji, mother. No question of Behenji and this and that and XYZ. So this is the culture of the spiritual world. Except my wife, everybody is my mother. Matravat paradareshu paradravyeshu lostravast atmavat sarvabhuteshu yah pashyati sa pandita. Chanakya Pandit says that one who is a Pandit, he will have such a vision, Prabhuji and Mataji. And whenever we call each other, whenever we meet each other, Hare Krishna. That's how the discussions will start. Many times my students, when they call me, they say, hello, sir. First of all, I am not sir, I am Prabhuji. Some students, they call me Guruji. That is also not very correct. Have you taken initiation from me? Have I accepted you as my disciple? Why do you call me Guruji? You think being Guru is a cheap thing? Always we have to address each other as Prabhuji and Mataji. So don't call anybody sir, ma'am. This is all mlecha culture which is outside. Leave it outside. When you come in devotee community, start calling everybody as Prabhuji and Mataji. Even if somebody is messaging me, they have to say Hare Krishna Prabhuji and not Guruji or not sir. Many messages come to me and they say that Hare Krishna sir. Sir, what is this sir? Mera sir mat khao, mujhe sir bula ke. That's what I have to say. So we have to greet each other with Hare Krishna, address each other as Prabhuji and Mataji. We have to bow down in the proper order when we enter the temple and try your best to wear dhoti kurta and always have a tilak. You know how much preaching I do simply by walking in my locality in dhoti kurta? The whole mood of this locality has changed. There was a point of time when I was not staying in the temple, but still at that time I was wearing dhoti kurta. So me and my 5-6 friends, we would walk around in dhoti and kurta. Simply by seeing us, the consciousness of people was changing, and we could also see it and they could also feel it. Simply by walking in dhoti, kurta and tilak, you do so much preaching. Even if people, they are making fun of you, hey, look at those Hare Krishna people. Even while they are making fun of you, they are chanting the name of God, Hare Krishna. Is that not good? They are getting liberated by doing that. So please, please, please give up this mlecha culture of wearing crazy things. It does not suit us. We are belonging to the spiritual world. And this is the kind of dressing which our Lord does. And we are followers of the Lord. We are his attendants. We are his servants. So we have to walk into his footsteps. Man should help the woman and woman should help the man by dressing in such a way so that they can remember that the aim of life is not to sense gratify each other, but to go back home, back to God. If the man behaves in a sense controlled way, and if the woman dresses up in such a way so that she can cooperate with the man by making him more focused on Krishna rather than being lusty all the time. Similarly, if a man understands that he need not be a servant of his wife, rather than he needs to be a servant of Guru and Krishna. So if a man is first class and a wife is a chaste, humble servant of the man, then that is the perfect society. In fact, I should say man should be a servant. It's not like man is master and woman is servant. No, man is a servant of Guru and Krishna. Man is also not independent master. Man is servant of Guru and Krishna and sense controlled. And woman is a humble, loving servant of man and trying to cooperate with the man in his service to Guru and Krishna. The Vedic injunction says that even if the woman is not qualified, even if she is not trained in the Vedic injunctions, even if she has not done any austerity, simply by cooperating with the husband, she gets 50% of the spiritual credit of the husband. Simply if she has served his husband, if her husband has gone back home, back to Godhead, she is not qualified to go back home, back to Godhead, but simply if she serves her husband nicely, she'll go back home, back to Godhead. Worst case, what can happen? If she is chaste and all her life she has nicely served her husband, and even if somehow, let's say, if she is not able to remember Krishna at the time of death, whom she'll remember? She'll think of her husband. Then she'll get a male body in the next life, which according to the Varnashram system has more freedom and has more chances to progress in Krishna consciousness. On the contrary, if a man thinks of a woman, then he is restricted in a woman body in next life. He can't go to the Gurukul if he becomes a woman and take training. He can't practice brahmacharya. He can't take sannyas, and he cannot serve the spiritual master all his life. So these kind of freedoms is possible only for a man, because man is meant for those kind of roles and women are meant for different kinds of roles. Only idiots try to say that man and women have to be equal. What man should do, woman should also do. This is idiot. What man should wear, woman should also wear. This is also idiot. Nowadays, what women are doing, men are also trying to do. So that is why whole society is going for cats and dogs. This should not be done. Please, women should cooperate with men and men should cooperate with women, following their own natures, following their own respective dharmas, trying to make Krishna as the center. We should stop this chaos now. Enough. Enough is enough. All this feminism is killing the world, and all this unscrupulous behavior on the part of men and all this feminism on the part of women has created so much havoc in this planet. The world is going to pay a very heavy price for this. And these feminists and these unscrupulous men, they are the agents of Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga is progressing rapidly thanks to the feminists and thanks to the unscrupulous and bad character men. We have to stop this. Let's all wear dhoti and kurta and tilak and saris and properly dressed as Vaishnavas, go in the streets, address each other as Prabhuji and Mataji, greet everybody with Hare Krishna, establish the structure of Sanatan Dharma. World will become Vaikuntha. Okay, now I'm trying to end today's discussion by discussing what is the central object of bhakti. There's no need to explain, but I'm still explaining. The central object of bhakti is Krishna, of course. So we have to see our situation. Is it self-centered or is it God-centered? This is a marked difference between all world religions and Bhakti Yoga. All the other world, I again say that Hinduism is a degraded form of Sanatan Dharma. So all the world religions, contemporary world religions, they're all self-centered, fully selfish or extended selfishness. The tendency is to keep oneself in the center. And there are mantras like Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Shakti Rupena Sanstita Dhanam Dehi Putram Dehi Rupam Dehi Dehi Dete Jao Dhan do, Putra do, Roop do, XYZ do, car do, husband do, wife do, Kutta do, Billi do, dete raho bas. This is not religion. God please protect me. God, please protect my family. God, please protect my nation. Do you see that the word me or my is always there? Either you protect me, or you protect my family, or you protect my apartment, or you protect my job, or you protect my employees, or you protect my society, or you protect my country. Always this me and mine is there. My planet. Why? Because I am there. And people are saying I'm very selfless. Whole my life I've simply earned and worked like a donkey for my family, not for me. Why don't you work like a donkey for other families? Stop saying that you are not selfish. You are the most selfish man. A person who is grossly selfish is less insane than a person who is extended selfish. Extended selfishness. He tries to get some claim to fame in the name of selflessness. Oh, whole my life I've dedicated for my family. What about the other families? Are they not very important? So, foolish, selfish, or extended selfishness is a tendency to keep oneself in the center. When we start thinking that Krishna is supplying everything, he also must be like something, he also may want something. What does God want? This kind of thought process is Krishna consciousness. So, as long as we are in the center, I again repeat, all the contemporary religions puts the person in the center. Very few, only Sanatana Dharma puts God in the center. This is my understanding. Some people may disagree with me. Some people may come and argue with me. I don't want to waste my time arguing with them, because Haath Kangan ko aarsi kya? You are telling that you have not kept yourself in the center, but your activities are very clearly showing who is in the center. I repeat, your activities are very clearly showing who is in the center. Is God in the center, or you are in the center? So, the only difference between other religions, contemporary religions, and the process of Krishna consciousness is that in Krishna consciousness, Krishna is in the center. If somebody is calling themselves a devotee of Krishna and not keeping Krishna in center, then they are as bad as the other people. I'm not giving a clean sheet to all so-called lukewarm devotees of Krishna. Oh, Krishna, Hare Krishna, very nice. Once in a year, they'll put tilak. Once in a year, they'll somehow come to the temple. I'm a devotee of Krishna. Something I'll do. But that does not, of course, to some degree you are better than the others, because at least you have recognized that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But if you are lukewarm, only for one day you are engaging in Krishna service. For 364 days, you are as bad as the other people. Me, my, dhanam dehi, rupam dehi, this, that. Why should we go to God for dehi business? God is the Paramatma within. Mother knows what the child wants. Father knows what the child wants. I am there to serve Krishna. Why should I take service from him? He knows. That's why Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Yoga Kshema Vahamiham. To my devotees, I carry what they need and I preserve what they have. The devotee does not even need to ask for anything else. Why should I worry or trouble God by going and praying to him, oh God, give me my daily bread? If I don't pray, will he not give me my daily bread? Is he not giving the daily bread to everybody else? Even to atheists, he is giving the daily bread. Then why you are a devotee? Why will he not give it to you? So this business of dehi, give me should stop. We should try to give ourselves to Krishna. Of course, if I have a burning desire in my heart and I'm stuck with that desire, then instead of going to a demigod, I should go to Krishna and I should express to Krishna that look, Krishna, I'm really ashamed. I am meant for your service, but I'm stuck at this platform. This is my desire. You deal with it. Oh Krishna, if you may so desire, you please help me with this wish which I have. And Krishna will handle that situation in such a way that we may get what we want also, and we may not get entangled in that also. But it is Krishna's way. After that, no one should say that why could Krishna did this. If we go to some chief minister or some demigod and ask, then they will give it us in a way in which we will get further entangled by getting that object or getting that wish fulfilled. But when Krishna does it in his unique style, he does it in such a way so that the living entity further progresses on the path home back to God. But this is not a conventional way. So that's why we should always pray, "Oh Krishna, if you may so desire, kindly fulfill my wish." But always we should have a desire to serve Krishna. And that is the essential of bhakti, which says, Anyabhilashita shunyam jnana karmadhyanavritam anukulyena krishnanushilanam bhaktiruttama. When first class devotional service develops, one must be devoid of all material desires, knowledge obtained by monoistic philosophy, and fruitive action. The devotee must constantly serve Krishna favorably as Krishna desires. Spiritual world means this consciousness. Anya abhilashita shunyam. All the other desires other than serving of Krishna and serving the devotees of Krishna, all other desires other than service of Krishna and service to devotees of Krishna should become shunyam. Even at the time of death, if you are thinking, I wish I would have served that devotee, I wish I would have served my spiritual master better. Good. That's a bona fide desire. Even if you have that desire at time of death, you will still go back home back to God. But if you are thinking, I wish I had this car for myself, I wish who will take care of my wife, or who will take care of my children, what will happen to my house which is in Visakhapatnam, or which is in some place. I just said Visakhapatnam, don't take it seriously. So if we are thinking like that, then we will get entangled and will continue to remain for millions of eons, kalpas, in the material world. But this is the target, Anyabhila. Before death, we all should come at this platform. Anyabhilashita shunyam. Jnana karmadhya navritam. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita it is said, Jnana kand, karma kand, savay vishera bhand. Means all this so-called process of jnana and so-called process of karma, fruitive actions, and monoistic philosophy, this is all like a pot of poison for the spirit soul. Because spirit soul is essentially meant for doing only bhakti. And then what we have to do? Anukulyena Krishnanu Shilanam. Anukulyena means you have to walk in the footsteps or the directions. Sorry, Anukulyena means you have to work in a way which Krishna likes it. Now, in the Kamsa's arena, Mushtik and Chanur were fighting with Krishna. They were also giving some pleasure to Krishna. But does it mean that they were doing pure devotional service to Krishna? No, because they did not do it with a desire to please Krishna. So Anukulyana means we have to first think what Krishna likes. And accordingly, I have to serve. Anukul, not Pratikul. Anukulyana, Krishnanu Shilanam. The word Krishna, Rupa Goswami says in his Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, that Krishna means Krishna, the devotees of Krishna, the paraphernalia of Krishna, and the dham of Krishna. So this neophyte tendency where devotees think that I will just serve Krishna. I don't want to have a relationship with devotees of Krishna. Oh, I don't care of the dham of Krishna. If I go there, I'll dirty it and come. Paraphernalia, oh, theek hai, rehne do. No problem. Krishna, you just leave your cows outside, just come alone to my 3 BHK flat on the 18th floor of Sandeep Vihar. Again, I just said the name, I didn't mean it personally. So many of my students are staying in Sandeep Vihar. So Krishna means Krishna, the devotees of Krishna, the dham of Krishna, and the paraphernalia of Krishna. Krishna never comes alone. If you cannot put up with the devotees of Krishna, if you are spending your time all the time with this laptop and have no experience with the cows, will you take this laptop to Golok Vrindavan? There's no laptop there. There's no internet there. All you have to work with is with the cows and with the trees and the rocks and the fields. So if you have no training to know that, what will you do there? So I'm just giving an example that Krishna never comes alone. If we are finding it too difficult to stay in the association of devotees, I don't like this devotee, I don't like... Now, you people may not be having those experiences because you people are sitting online and attending classes. But when you start physically working with each other, there are some differences of opinion. and cooperation becomes difficult. And if we start telling that my process, both of us want to serve Krishna, but Krishna will be happy when the service is done in the way in which I want it to be done. This is not Krishna consciousness. This is demon consciousness. If two devotees are fighting with each other that this service should be done like this only, or I am right, you are wrong, and you are wrong, I am right, means none of them have Krishna. Because Krishna exists in cooperation. Always there will be difference of opinion. Even in the spiritual world, there is difference of opinion. But all difference of opinions merge in the desire to cooperatively serve Krishna. So, Krishnanushilanam. And Anushilanam means, Rupa Goswami explains, Anushilanam means not doing something out of your own whims and fancies. Everything has to be done in a very, first of all, everything should be done in a very practical way, practical devotional service, not something very abstract. You have to do something practical. Sometimes some people come to meet me, please bless me, please bless me, please bless me. They don't do something practical. In book marathon time, so many people came, please bless me. But when I would tell them, take some books and distribute, no, you just bless me. So this is not Anushilanam. Anushilanam means do something practical. You are coming to the temple every day, but you are not seeing that there is a puddle in front of the temple. Why don't you bring some sand and fill the puddle? This is called doing something practical. So Anushilanam means doing something practical, and that has to be done in the footsteps of the previous acharyas. The way the senior devotees, the way the other acharyas, the previous acharyas have delineated it in the books, the way Rupa Goswami has told, the way Sanatana Goswami has told, the way Prabhupada has told, the way senior devotees are doing, I have to follow in their footsteps. That is called as Anushilanam. Because in the spiritual world, everybody is following in the footsteps. Radharani has 8 principal gopis. And there are millions of manjaris who are assisting these 8 principal gopis. They are simply following in the footsteps of 8 gopis. And these 8 gopis are simply following in the footsteps of Srimati Radharani. Everybody is simply following. There is no leader consciousness. There is only servant consciousness. Leader is only one, Krishna. If you have a problem with this, good luck. You have to stay for another thousands of lifetimes in the material world. There is only one leader, only one enjoyer. Everybody is there, rest. Everybody else in the spiritual world is only meant to serve. This is Krishna consciousness. If you cannot make peace with this, you have to stay for much more time in the material world. But however, if you can make peace with this, that I am meant to serve and there is only one boss, and that is Krishna, then you will become meek and humble. And that meekness and humbleness, humility will be shown in your desire to call everybody as a Prabhu and mean it and serve them. Then you will progress in Krishna. Then we will progress in Krishna consciousness. Now I'm saying these things in a very, very remarkable way, as if I have perfected these things. I have also not perfected these things. I'm also struggling in my consciousness to serve the devotees, to serve Krishna, to serve Guru Parampara. So we are all struggling, we are all learning. Sometimes in a hospital, one patient has, this ISKCON is like a hospital. And we are suffering from the disease, the material disease. Someone may be a senior patient. He has seen the acharyas or the doctors a little more. So somebody is a senior patient. In the absence of the doctors, he can also prescribe some medicines and give some treatment and give some preliminary first aid and things like that. So some of us in this transcendental hospital are senior patients. Some of us are junior patients, but we are all patients. Please remember, not that I am very perfect and I am taking a stick and whipping all of you, that anukulyana, anya bilashita shunyam, jnana karmadhyanavritam, anushilanam. I'm also struggling. I'm also learning. You are also supposed to learn. So let's cooperate with each other and try to become a part and parcel, realize ourselves as the part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. And this is all for today's session. I will request all the devotees to learn this pranam mantra. Before chanting, always chant the pranam mantra of Srila Prabhupada. then the Panch Tattva mantra, then start chanting Hare Krishna. You do this before every round. This will increase your attachment towards Prabhupada also. When you constantly chant the pranam mantra of a highly potent acharya or a spiritual personality, you invoke the blessings. You feel very connected and very close to that personality. You will always feel that Prabhupada is watching me, he's taking care of me, he's protecting me. So please take shelter of Srila Prabhupada. Now, I need not say, Kritiyadhyayato Vishnum Tretayam Yajato Makaihi Dvapare Paricharyayam Kalau Tadhari Kirtanat. Whatever result was obtained in Satyuga by meditating on Lord Vishnu, in Treta Yuga by performing sacrifices, in Dwapar Yuga by serving Lord's lotus feet, can be obtained in Kali Yuga by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So let's all chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. One more request I have. Today I am displaying something called as the Tulsi Aarti or the Tulsi Kirtan. It is my desire that all of you who are there in level 2 should compulsorily have a Tulsi pot at your home. Please place that Tulsi pot on a stool-like structure. Worship it. Worship is very simple. Offer some incense, one lamp, and some flowers if you have. This much also if you can do, it's enough. Once in a day, you please do Tulsi Aarti. Twice a day, after sunrise and before sunset. Twice a day, after sunrise and before sunset. You please offer some water in the Tulsi plant. Make sure that the Tulsi plant is getting sufficient sunlight. And offer obeisances to the Tulsi plant and do minimum 4 circumambulations. Go around the Tulsi plant at least 4 times. If you can do this, I guarantee you that you will progress in Krishna consciousness leaps and bounds. The reason being is that simply if you keep this Tulsi plant in front of you and if you sit and chant in front of the Tulsi plant, the progress will be leaps and bounds. And Tulsi Maharani, if you see this kirtan, Namo Namaha Tulasi Krishna Prayasi Namo Namaha, Radha Krishna Seva Pavo Ei Abhilashi. I'm offering my obeisances to Tulsi Maharani, who is very dear to Krishna. And my desire is that I want service of Radha and Krishna. And then it is said, Ye tumara sharana loye tara vansha purna hoye kripa kori koro tare vrindavana vasi. Anybody, O Tulsi Maharani, who takes your shelter, all his spiritual desires come true. And by your mercy, he or she becomes an eternal resident of Vrindavan. Mora ei abhilash vilas kunje diyovas nayana heribo sada jugala ruparasi. My only desire is that you please give me residence, O Tulsi Maharani, in that eternal abode of unlimited happiness, where I will always, with my 2 eyes, always see the beautiful, affectionate, transcendental, conjugal pastimes of the 2 personalities, Radha and Krishna, who are called as Yugala Kishore, Yugala Ruparashi. Ei nivedana dhara sakhir anugata koro seva adhikara diye koro nijadasi. My only request to you is, you please make me a servant of your servants and give me some opportunity to do some service to you, service to Radha and Krishna, or assist you in your service. Sakhir anugata koro. Tulsi Maharani, you have many friends. You just make me a follower of any one of your friends. You make me your dasi, you make me your personal servant. Dina Krishna dase koe yei jena mora hoye Shri Radha Govinda preme sada jena bhasi. So Krishna Das is the author of this Kirtan Aarti. He is telling, this is my desire that in the love of Shri Radha and Govinda, I always want to sing and dance and swim in that nectarian ocean of the love of Radha and Krishna. So, if all of you want, we can sing this Tulsi Aarti now so that you know how to sing it. It's also available on YouTube. You can just type Tulsi Aarti, it will come. If you want, we can sing it now, or if you want, I can record it and send it to you, and we can end the session a little earlier. If you want, I can take some questions also. So choice is yours. Please type in the chat box any questions if you have. Naresh Kumar Pandit Prabhu has asked, Prabhuji, please tell the significance of putting 2 lines of tilak from the nose to the upper forehead of the ritual tilak on center of forehead between in the eyebrows. Okay, good question. Naresh Kumar Pandit Prabhu is asking. So, what is the custom? What is the meaning of this tilak? These 2 lines, parallel lines, they represent the 2 lotus feet of Krishna. 2 lotus feet. Feet number 1, feet number 2. And they are on my forehead all the time. And this small leaf-like structure represents the tulsi leaf. That means I have taken the shelter of the forehead, lotus feet of Krishna. And on the lotus feet of Krishna, there are so many tulsi leaves. So basically, tulsi leaves are helping me to take shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna. So this represents the tulsi plant or the tulsi leaf, and this represents the lotus feet of Krishna. Since time immemorial, I repeat, since time immemorial, all Vaishnavas, all devotees of Lord Krishna have been putting this tilak. This is not an invention of ISKCON. If you read the scriptures, it is always mentioned that tilaks, I don't know where the culture of putting this kind of tilak has come from. It is not mentioned in any scripture. It is a recent development. Mostly devotees of Lord Shiva, they put this kind of tilak. It is not bona fide. Lord Shiva does that for a reason. In his humility, he is doing that. Because Lord Shiva's job is to attract. Lord Shiva is in charge of the mode of ignorance. The people who are in the mode of ignorance, they have offended Hari and the devotees of Hari so much that it is not possible for them to approach Hari and the devotees of Hari. So how will they ever get liberated? So Lord Shiva is responsible for such kind of people. Earlier, Lord Shiva used to wear very nice dresses. But then when he saw that he has to take care of people who are in the gross mode of ignorance, all these bhoot, pret, pishachas, goblins and others. So if he wears dresses up so nicely, how will they get attracted to him? So therefore, he has purposely started dressing up in such a way so that all these ghosts, hobgoblins, bhoot, pishach, and the people in the mode of ignorance will get attracted to him. In normal circumstances also, if you see, people who are in the mode of ignorance will get attracted naturally to Lord Shiva. And in this way, they get the association of Lord Shiva. And who's Lord Shiva? Vaishnavanam Yatha Shambhu. Amongst all the Vaishnavas, he is the topmost devotee. So these people, when they see Lord Shiva, who is also putting ashes on his body, because his devotees are not very clean, so he wants to give them association. Lord Shiva is beyond the external cleanliness standards, by the way. So he puts ash on his body, he wears skulls, puts snakes. So when these people in the mode of ignorance, when they see him, they feel, here is my leader and I should serve him. And in this way, they get his association, and Lord Shiva gives his association to such people in the mode of ignorance. And by his association, he transcends them, he uplifts them to the mode of goodness. And slowly, when they come to the mode of goodness, they take to the worship of Hari, which Lord Shiva is doing all the time. So this is the purpose. So Lord Shiva puts this tilak because there are some people who don't want to put this tilak. So actually, scriptures recommend only this kind of tilak should be there. And since time immemorial, all devotees of Lord Krishna or Vishnu always have a shikha. You see my shikha? So a shikha should always be there. Shikha means devotee of Lord Krishna or Vishnu. No shikha means Buddhists, Jains, and other sections of society who are impersonalists or monoists or who do not believe in Krishna consciousness. So anybody who is opposed to the principles of Sanatana Dharma will not keep a shikha. Shikha should be there. Now question comes, Prabhuji, I go to office, how can I keep a shikha? Keep a small shikha. Somewhere it should be visible. Somehow little bit shikha should be there, always. And if you have really the guts, even if you People are doing crazy kind of nest kind of hairstyles, and if you actually do a shikha and go, nobody will object. In my office, there was a person who had a beard. He was not he was a Hindu only, and he had a beard, and he had so much hair, and he would tie his hair every day. It would be like a big mound, like those Naga Babas and the sadhus who come in Kumbh Mela. He used to tie his hair like that and come, and people used to think it's very cool. So people are doing all kinds of crazy things, but when it comes to Krishna consciousness, they are afraid. That's the problem. Okay, so that is the significance of the tilak. Now, Chitresh Pandit Prabhu is telling. Chitresh Pandit Prabhu, are you in Bangalore or are you in Jammu? Okay, you're enjoying in Jammu, huh? Okay, we discussed that being born as a man has more chances of achieving Krishna consciousness as per Srimad Bhagavad Gita. How do we see the place of man and women in spiritual journey? See, again, I knew this kind of question will come. I said in terms of Varnashram, you have more freedom in terms of a man when you have a man's body. But as far as spirituality is concerned, men and women are equal. On the spiritual platform, men and women are equal. Did I ever say that if you have a man's body, you'll be able to chant better? Did I ever say that if you have a man's body, you'll be able to understand the Bhagavad Gita better? No, a woman also can do that. It depends on her sincerity level. Of course, in general, there are some differences. Few things which a man can do better, few things which a woman can do better. But as far as the Varnashram system is concerned, Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyas, and Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra. So according to the Vanaprastha system, according to the Varnashram system, a male-bodied soul has more direct opportunities for Krishna consciousness compared to a female-bodied soul. That is my statement. On the material platform, man and woman are different. Their capabilities are different. Their responsibilities are different. Their natures are different. Their areas of work are different. However, on the spiritual platform, man and woman are equal. Actually speaking, you see from this point of view, we are all Prakriti. There is only one Purusha. Artificially, we are telling that I am Purush and Chitresh Pandit Prabhu is Purush. Actually, we are all Prakriti. Purusha means Krishna. He is the enjoyer. We are all meant to be enjoyed. So in that perspective, all of us are women. Just consider this point of view also. We are Prakriti. There is only one Purusha. So from this perspective, you try to understand. And there are some more things which I don't want to discuss in the class. You can call me in person. I can tell you unnecessarily people will misunderstand and they will construe different meanings out of it. But certainly, in the beginning stages, man's body is more favorable to practice Krishna consciousness compared to a woman's body. This is the reality. However, when both of them become Krishna conscious, then there is no difference. Sudha Mataji, who is a woman, she is telling, a man can proceed on Vanprastha after 50, even if his wife is alive. But a woman, but not a woman whose husband is alive. You just see, she's pointing a practical difficulty. This is a practical difficulty. How can you deny this? So there are, certain things here and there. But I don't want to discuss this in a class because people will not understand. They don't have the maturity. But all I want to say is that on a spiritual platform, men and women are equal. And in essence, there is only one Purusha, that is Krishna, and everybody else is the enjoyed. Everybody else is Prakriti. And so Prakriti means women. So all of us are women in one way. Okay, I want to end the discussion here. Mirabai has also mentioned that only Krishna is Purusha, I guess. Yeah, everybody, I'm also mentioning, Krishna is also mentioning Bhoktaram Yagya Tapasam Sarva Lok Maheshwaram. Okay, so with this, I would like to end today's discussion. If there are any further questions or comments, please let me know. Otherwise, we will It's 1:20. What's the time now? It's one. What's the time? Time is 1:17. I think it's a little late for the kirtan also. I think we should go to our japa round, one round, which I wait for an entire week to chant with all of you. That is my priority. So we will chant one round and we will end today's discussion. I have not yet made the WhatsApp group of the sincere students of level 2, because I have got feedback from the previous year Gita course students who are serving all of you, who are your volunteers, mentors, future. They have given me feedback that they still need another 1 or 2 weeks to fully understand who are sincere and who are actually attending the sessions and who are just coming once in a while. So in another 1 week or so, we will get an idea of who are the stable contacts, stable devotees, and we will all put them in a level 2 group, and we will focus more on that group. So our team needs basically another week or two's time, and then in that group, it will be a completely different culture and a completely different mentality and spiritual standard which we will follow. Okay, which is not possible to do in the WhatsApp groups which we had in the beginning, where people had registered through various sources and they have just landed in there. That's why whenever I post a message, 3-4 people always exit. So I like posting messages because now I want to eliminate some people who are not serious and who don't want to take Krishna consciousness. So we want to focus on the people who are very serious, and we want to make a separate WhatsApp group for them, separate communication, which is a little more intense, a little more involved. All of you will get more personal attention from me and from your mentors and volunteers, etc. So please give me another week's time and we will launch that group. So now let's start chanting Hare Krishna. I will request all of you to turn on your videos. I'm very thankful that all of you are still there till the end of the session. And let's chant Hare Krishna. So all those whose attendance is not, all those who have said that they are interested in level 2 and somehow you're not able to make it for the classes of level 2, goodbye. You'll be out. There's no further consideration, no more last minute messages that Prabhuji, I want to be, but due to this difficulty, due to that difficulty, we cannot take your, see, when you come in level 2 and when we start training you, we take your responsibility. Now, if we don't see that sense of commitment from your side, we will not take your responsibility. So no more messages, last minute messages that I could not attend due to this reason, that reason. If you're not able to attend, somebody would be calling you. It is your job to inform them, and that reason should be a bona fide reason. You can't just say that I lost track of time, I'm learning Sanskrit, I'm going for this class, I'm going for this, I'm traveling and this and that. No. If your attendance is not there in the level 2 sessions, you're out. So please be very careful. If you want to be a part of these Gita sessions and further advanced Gita sessions, and you have to show your sincerity through your attendance. If you're not doing that, and if you're not communicating it properly, you're out. I'm very sorry to speak like this, but at some point of time, we have to be more disciplined and we have to be more straightforward. I hope that I've made myself very clear. Again, when something is happening, we don't want messages that Prabhuji, I'm sorry. Please consider my name. All that we will not consider. Okay. So let's start chanting Hare Krishna. Again, if you do not have your Japmala till now, what are you doing in this course? And if you do not have your Bhagavad Gita till now, why are you here? Let me ask very straightforward questions to you. It will be good if you can just flash your Japmala also to me in this video so that we can understand. Yes, you have. Yes, I'm seeing. Sudha Mataji has, Jai Prakash Prabhu has, Prachi Mataji is showing her Japmala, Deepa Mataji is showing her Japmala. Deepa Mataji and Amal Prabhu were supposed to come to the center. They postponed their, I don't know why they postponed. Okay, Shweta Shudrik Mataji is flashing her Japmala, very nice. Shrikant Prabhu, do you have your Japmala? Very nice, beautiful, Shri Krishna Japmala. Saraswati Panigrahi Mataji is also flashing, Shashi Pandey is flashing. Suresh Gupta Prabhuji, You live in Budigere, but do you have your Japmala? You show me your Japmala like this. Raise your hand. Oh, see, I knew I knew from last 2 sessions I'm not seeing your Japmala. You please, is that okay? Do you have a Japa bag, by the way? This kind of a Japa bag. Oh, you take your Japmala outside the bag and do Japa. Wow. You can put it in the Japa bag and do. That is more practical. It keeps the thing more clean. Cleanliness is next to godliness. Also, it is an etiquette that when you are doing Japa on something, on a mala, then that mala should not be visible to everybody. It's an etiquette. Of course, this has scientific reasons, which I will explain sometime, but let's follow that etiquette. So thank you. If all of you can also start putting tilak, I don't know if you can, but if you can try, it will also be good. Let's start chanting. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakti Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. So thank you very much for your association. I'm sorry these days I'm becoming a little strict and I'm always with a stick in my hand and speaking very tough. I just realized that I'm not qualified to speak to you like this. So please forgive me if anybody is feeling bad for anything. I'm just playing the role of a teacher. I know it in my heart that I'm not qualified to talk to you like this, but I'm just doing the role play of a teacher. Because if a teacher is not strict, then the students will not progress. So please forgive me. And kindly pray for me also so that I can progress in my Krishna consciousness. I'm not a pure devotee sitting here just ready to go back home, back to Godhead. I also have my own anarthas and my own struggles in my heart. So please pray for me so that I can also progress in Krishna consciousness and engage in the service of encouraging as many people as possible in Krishna consciousness. My spiritual master has ordered me to make Bangalore a Krishna conscious city and to expand the preaching unlimitedly. I don't have the capacity to do that. I'm just doing all this with the hope that all of you will assist me in future. So I'm not a great personality. I'm just an ordinary conditioned living entity. Please pray for me also, and forgive me for any harsh statements or any strong statements which I'm making. I know it in my heart. I'm not qualified to talk like that. Thank you very much.